Hi, I'm Susan Dunlop, professional coach and Three Vital Questions certified facilitator, living in Noosa, Queensland, Australia. Since 2021, I've had the privilege of delivering the various programs available based on the frameworks of TED, the empowerment dynamic, and the Three Vital Questions. Both frameworks would have been something I would have loved to have known about during the time that I was the founder and CEO of a small turned large organisation for 17 years. The Three Vital Questions framework is the creation of David Emerald, the co-founder of the Centre for the Empowerment Dynamic and best-selling author of two books, The Power of TED and The Three Vital Questions, Transforming Workplace Drama. So we're going to focus on drama for a moment. I remember David sharing the cost of drama statistics in the training I did with him back in 2021, that Gallup research indicated approximately 450 to 550 billion in annual lost productivity in the US. 7 trillion in productivity loss globally occurs due to negative behavior, that is drama, in organizations. Managers spend 25 to 40% of their time managing conflict, disagreements, etc., that is drama. I recall David also shared that nothing sparks drama in an organization quite like change. And in these past years, change in ordinary times is one thing, but the changes we've experienced or witnessed since the pandemic is a whole new realm for business owners to navigate. Drama in a business might also look like silo thinking and actions, interpersonal conflicts, decisions that are not final and rehashed multiple times, meetings before the meeting, side meetings within the meeting, meetings after the meeting, to include end-arounds, also known as secret or maybe dishonest attempts to avoid a rule or a problem, etc., and avoiding healthy conversations, gossip. In the program, we talk about the words that people can bring to mind as they talk about workplace drama to come up with a bit of a common theme for the work groups that are attending the course. I'll share some here and see whether any of these come to mind for you. Blaming, negativity, undermining, the need to be right, anger, time wasting, name calling, manipulation, exhaustion, burnout, being stuck, gossip, judgmental, lost productivity, finger pointing, frustration, backstabbing, or being untrustworthy. Have you ever estimated the number of hours and expense in terms of salaries and wages that you or your business partners, managers, and team leaders and people spend in drama-related activities? It's an interesting exercise to do. I did it and I was quite shocked when I first even just estimated it for myself and two of my managers back in the company I used to own. So I'm no longer an employer. However, I consult with, coach, and train business owners. Back in the days when I did own the company, I experienced years of riding the ebb and flow of trying to get the people thing right. It was a challenge that wasn't something to be sneezed at, given we were the business that administered 24/7 labour hire needs of hundreds of hospitals and nursing homes throughout Australia on a daily basis. In the 17 years, I calculated once that we'd employed over 6,000 nurses and care staff in those years, and our office team sat somewhere around the 20 mark across multiple regional offices. So we had an internal team and an external team. Getting the people thing right one day for one person mixed with getting it wrong for another person on the same day or another day took up many hours, caused loss of sleep, and was a weekly, if not a daily, distraction within our team. And we did do all the good things like employing to culture and to our values. We had rewards and celebrations and retreats. We offered a really big range of flexibility and work from home arrangements. We were open to adjusting to accommodate all kinds of people's personal priority shifts and getting that right sometimes only for an hour, before a change of priorities and we were back to square one again. Having a business in the sea change town of Noosa on the Sunshine Coast, staff were very often looking for a job, not our job. And that had its own issues that strangely would arise at day 91 of employment, the day after the initial 3 month probation period expired. I think back now of it as quite often madly adjusting dials on my company's dashboard. There's a turn here, push that button there, and we're back to steering our way forward, focused on our customers' needs again. Everyone happy, everyone productive. Then an inkling of the beginning rumble of a drama thunderstorm would appear on the horizon again, and we'd be drawn into the tumble-dryer cycle of drama, spinning in circles until the anxiety of the situation petered out, and whomever was left behind or had joined us new to the team all got back on and got the work done again. What I came to learn from that 17 years experience of leading a very large team of employees, and since becoming a facilitator in the 3 vital question, is not a common practice for us as business leaders and managers or entrepreneurs to turn business owners of small to large scale to pause and look at what I now know as the C dimension of business. The C dimension of business is the key. That's what I've found and what I've seen work when people are working through the 3 vital questions. It's incredible to see the change in organisations. 80% of all change efforts fail to produce their intended results, says David Ulrich of the University of Michigan. That's because most often people focus on the A dimension and the B dimension and not the C dimension. The 3 vital questions are all about the soft stuff and are purely focused on the C dimension of work. They include thinking about how we think, thinking about how we interact and relate, and thinking about how we take action. And when it comes to the skills of leading and managing, any reasonably intelligent person can learn the hard stuff of business, planning, budgets, technical skills. Or as Roger Enrico shares, I've got a slide here in a moment. Here we are. He's a former CEO of PepsiCo. He aptly put it as, it's the soft stuff that's hard. It's the people stuff. So many businesses focus on twisting the dials and focusing on how to improve the A dimension, the production, the delivery of products and services, and the B dimension, the design and implementation of systems, processes, and structures. It's the courageous leader, however, who stands apart from the masses, intuitively knowing that to make the shift in mindset by the 3 vital questions will transform workplace drama. Doing so may very well be the one point of difference that sets you above and apart from other business owners who don't see that the C dimension has the most beneficial impact on dimensions B and A. Those statistics I shared and the reality of the great resignation as we saw across the pandemic times, imagine if you put in the time now, before the end of 2023 or from early 2024, on the C dimension. Who would you retain that you might otherwise have lost? And who of that enormous shifting, exiting talent pool that's still going could you attract in your becoming an employer of choice? It's the C dimension that sets the context for the 3 vital questions workshops and the e-learning I deliver to all sizes and kinds of business across Australia and also Asia Pacific. So, book a time to have a chat with me, and I'd be more than happy to take you through what the outcomes and the purpose of the program is. It's a very well structured program, and it can be adapted to be delivered across a 2-day format, or you can take it out across any series of shorter sessions to cover your work needs. I always recommend before doing any of that, though, that you would read David's books. Begin with The Power of TED, that's the inner work for yourself, and then following that, the 3 vital questions. Let's just see how the power of TED can be overlaid in the workplace. Thank you and goodbye.